would you want this as a Christmas gift? Why would you go ask your, mom, dad, husband, wife, parents, whoever, get me a sacred account for Christmas? Here is why. Okay, who's ever gotten a gift card for Christmas? Right? You get like $100, you get, $300, whatever it might be, right? So instead, the setup fee for a sacred account is $250 one time. Okay, this is what we charge to set up an account. Now, what does this actually come with? There's a few things this comes with. This comes with a 6-month membership to Wealth Dynamics U. That's our online financial education platform. This comes with 1 copy of my book, Blueprints of Financial Freedom. This comes with 1 copy of my book, How to Create Wealth. This comes with 4 copies of my Big 3 Challenge Journal. Okay, this comes with a coaching call. This comes with unlimited support. And also, it comes with access to weekly webinars, weekly trainings. And on top of that, we're going to design and build your sacred account. Okay, as far as is that worth $250, that's a no-brainer, right? Like this alone actually costs more than $250. We sell Wealth Dynamics University for $1,200 for 12 months. You're getting a 6-month membership for $250. No brainer, right? Like already right there, game over. This is something that's worth more than it costs. That's the first thing to look at. So I would ask someone, get me a sacred account. I don't want a PlayStation. I don't want new accessories for my car. Okay, I don't want another iPhone. I've got the 10. It's the same as all the other ones. It turns out the camera is just a little bit different. Does all the same stuff. I want a sacred account. I will fund it. I will do my own contributions. Minimum contribution is $250 a month, or up to 15% of income. So you get to pick how much you're going to put in there. You're not asking this person to fund it for you. I mean, they can if they want to, but you're asking, can you just buy it for me? $250 setup fee. This is what I want for Christmas. Why? Because you can use it for so many things. You can use it to pay off debt. Like get out of debt this year using a sacred account. That's your Christmas gift. That's probably one of the greatest Christmas gifts you can give somebody if they have consumer debt. I've been there. It sucks. It's stressful. It's expensive. It makes you feel poor. Like it does all this stuff to actually suppress you and bring you down as a being. Getting someone out of debt, giving them the tool to get themselves out of debt is one of the greatest gifts you can give. Okay. Second thing is you can build your reserves up, your 6 months of reserves. You should have 6 months of expenses in reserves. So you spend $3,000 a month, 3 times 6, 18,000. You should have 18 grand in reserves at all times. Most people have much less than that. 60% of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings. Like I said at the very beginning of the webinar, about 25% of Americans have zero. They're not even saving, right? And so they're supposed to have 6 months. Most people are never going to get there. And the reason being is they're not on a forced savings plan, and it's not automated, and it's easily accessible. Like one of the reasons I love paying interest on the sacred account, and this is going to sound super weird, it's not even because it avoids taxes, and it's not even because it helps me grow the money while I'm still using it. Those are both good, but it penalizes me for doing non-income producing activities. When I borrow from my sacred account, because there's an interest rate being charged, and because I want to pay myself back, it requires me to put the money towards something that actually produces income or frees up an expense, right? Like it's an incentivizing system of, okay, if it costs me 1 to 3% to borrow and I want to pay myself back over this period of time, the thing I'm borrowing for has to finance that. So it's either got to be an income producing investment, or it's got to lower my expenses to where the freed up payment can pay myself back and cover the cost of the interest. Right? I love that. That's great. That's a rewards and penalty system. So if I'm trying to build 6 months, what better way to keep the money there than to have a penalty of interest for borrowing for dumb stuff. I want to borrow for whatever. Like if it's not a good thing, like it's not going to pay you back, why would you do it? Right? You've either got to reduce a payment, avoid a payment, or get a payment. Okay, reduce a payment. I pay off debt. My minimum payment's gone. It reduced my payment. I can now pay myself back with that. Avoid a payment. I buy a car with my Sacred account instead of financing it with the bank. Now, whatever I would have had to pay towards the bank on a car payment, I'm just going to pay towards myself now, or gaining a payment. I'm investing it for income. Those are the three things that I've got to look for anytime I take a loan. So it can help me build reserves. Okay, the other thing I just mentioned is it can help me do self-financing on large purchases, right? Let's say I want to buy a car this year. If you're an entrepreneur, listen up. If you've got business profit and you buy a vehicle through your business that weighs at least 6,000 pounds, and you set it up correctly, you can write off up to 100% of the purchase price of that vehicle against your income taxes. Okay, when I learned that rule, since then, every single car I've bought is that. I write it off in my income. Now it's based on usage. So I buy them in December, usually second week of December, third week of December. If I buy it that year, I can write off 100% of the value as long as I used it for a 100% business activity the year I bought it. So if I buy it in December, the second week of December, for 2 weeks, I'm only going to drive it for business. So I can say, yeah, that was 100% business that year. Right now, if it's a $70,000 vehicle, I get to deduct that against my income. 70 grand reduces my taxable income. I get a car that I love. I have my Sacred account used to finance it. It's growing the whole time, and I've offset my taxes. And in 5 years, I've got a paid off car. I made payments to myself, right? My money grew like it never left. Like that's a great way to go. So that's self-financing. Or the final thing is you can invest. Okay, we have clients doing this all the time, right? So for example, we're really big into seller finance real estate. I buy a piece of property, I put that on the market, I seller finance someone else, they make me a mortgage payment. I'm going to make probably 12 to 14% on it. But if I put it in my Sacred account first, I'm also making an additional 3 to 5% on top of that. Right? So these are all things I can do with it, but I have to have an account to be able to do them. So if I don't have an account, or let's say I want another one, I'm just going to say, hey, give me a Sacred account for Christmas. It's $250. You're going to spend that on me anyways. Okay, if you weren't, then do it this year and don't buy me a gift next year. Like just do 2 years worth of this year. I want the account now, or maybe pay for half of it. I'll pay for the other half. That's what I want for Christmas. Like knowing what I know now, having what I've had now with the Sacred account for years now, I've got lots and lots of money in my accounts. Okay, I would do this as a Christmas present. If I didn't have one and I knew about this concept, I would be chomping at the bit. I would be like, this is the only thing I want. Okay, I don't need a card. I don't need a gift card. I don't need to go out to a restaurant. Like I can do all of that with my Sacred account once I have it. But I've got to have it first.
Hey, thanks so much for watching my channel. My name is Jerry Fetta. I'm the owner, founder, and CEO of Wealth Dynamics. So if this channel helped you, if the content helped you, I would like to ask you to help me back by clicking the subscribe button. Comment, like the video, share it with someone that could benefit from the information. I also want to invite you to get a free copy of my book, Blueprint to Financial Freedom. If you go to jerryfetta.com/B2F promo, you can grab a free copy there. You can also just click the link down in the description. And I hope to see you back on the channel again soon.